Hey everybody, this is Mike, founder at Gray Matter. Listen, I want to talk to you a little bit about the third act of your career and how you're thinking about it, right? So if you're in your mid to late 40s, early 50s, mid 50s, or beyond, and you're a little worried about your career, that's perfectly appropriate. The world does not look favorably upon folks in their 50s in the corporate world. Unless you happen to be a Fortune 500 CEO, in which case the average age is, I think, about 58. But if you're not, it can get a little scary, right? So either you're in a role and maybe you feel a little bit of anxiety about whether or not you can hold on to it, because let's face it, if you work for another company, you don't actually have full control over your destiny. They do. Or maybe you've been laid off and you're finding it increasingly hard to get a new role. Or you're considering pivoting at this point in your career, right? You don't see a great future in what you're doing right now, and so you're kind of looking at, the grass on the other side of the street and thinking, well, I wonder if it's greener over there and if I should explore this. And that could be fractional work, consulting work. You could buy into a franchise. Or you could do something radically different with your time altogether. So the way at Gray Matter we like to talk about you and your career is that you are the CEO of you LLC. And as such, as CEO, you are responsible for marketing, sales, operations, customer success, and finance. And so if you think about all these, and your responsibility of a CEO, any CEO, is to keep the company afloat, make it grow over time, then if you only have one product, and that product is you in a W-2 role working for a company, then you've got all your eggs in that one basket. And so if that company calls you into HR on Tuesday and says, thank you for your service, but we're going to be parting ways with you now, you go from potentially happy and financially comfortable to panic mode. And so the whole purpose for thinking of you as the CEO of you LLC is to think about the fact that you could have multiple products, right? You could have the product version of you that works a W-2 job for a company. You could have a product that moonlights doing fractional work or consulting work. You could have a version of your product that buys into a franchise or buys into another business with other people. You could have another version of your product where you are on a board for some other company or some other entity. There are lots of things you could do to create more of a portfolio of work. And then the important thing is to remember, you are responsible for the marketing, right? Finding those, the sales, converting those into revenue opportunities, the operations, which is doing whatever it is, the work specified that you need to do, the customer success, which is making sure everyone knows that you're doing your best work, that you're contributing to the future of the entity, and that you are managing the finances, right? So this is a large part of the basis for how we think about careers over at Gray Matter. And if you're sitting there thinking, wow, that's a really different way of thinking about things, well, consider that you could take our career assessment quiz and kind of, see where you stand right now, see how you feel. And at the end of that, if you want to join our newsletter, we'd love to have you. Thanks.